Welcome to the Chic Show. My name is Marla, and on this channel we share DIYs, thrift flips, and decorating tips that are on trend, on demand, and on a budget. Today's video is a part of the What Would You Make playlist hosted by Zaina at OK at Home DIY, Teresa B DIY, and Connie's Creative Creations. The first project is a spooky movie directional sign. This is a Dollar Tree Christmas sign from last year, and I'm using a straight edge and a box cutter to cut each of the slats, and then I'm going to cut each of the slats at a point. I'm not worried about whether they're good cuts or not, because the rougher they are, the spookier they'll look. Once I have 6 directional signs, I'm going to give them 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in ink. I intended to use white sticker letters for this project, but I didn't have any that were white, so I did use my silhouette and I cut out all of these spooky places from scary movies. To make this look a little more spooky, I'm dry brushing with white paint across each of the signs. I'm using the stake off of one of these Halloween signs from Dollar Tree to attach the directional signs to. I touched up the sign with some of Waverly ink chalk paint. I hot glued the signs to my stake because I am using this indoors, but if you were using it outdoors, I would certainly use a nail. Project number 2 is inspired by something I saw on Pinterest, and it's an Acorn cork board. For this project, I'm using a cork sheet from Dollar Tree, an acorn wood cutout, and some of the faux leather from Dollar Tree. I'm going to trace around the acorn onto the cork and then cut it out and stick it to the bottom part of the acorn. In hindsight, I should have used 2 pieces of the cork sheet because the push pins don't fit in it very far. Now I'm tracing around this little plastic cup onto the faux leather. I estimated that I would need 15 to 16 circles. Next, I arranged the circles onto the top of the acorn to see how I liked them best. Just in case there were any gaps or spaces, I went ahead and painted around the edge of the top of the acorn. To her I would say, I want to give back the world some light. Once the paint had dried, I arranged my circles on the top of the acorn once again, and then one line at a time hot glued them on. Once they were all glued on, I went around the edge to trim off the excess with scissors. And then I used the extra pieces to cover the stem at the top. That you could find with Christ. You want to change the world, but you don't know where you should start. makes for a cute little memo board for fall, but I would definitely double up that cork sheet if I had it to do over. Project number 3 is a decorative frame. I used this word from Dollar Tree from last year and painted it with 2 coats of Waverly White. After removing the canvas from this frame, I painted it with 2 coats of Waverly Moss. That you could find with Christ. With my finger sander, I went back around all the edges to distress it just a little bit and have that natural wood show through. I made sure that the frame and the word were flush, and then I glued the word onto the front of the frame. This is really cute, but I think we can do a little better. So we're going to add some flowers and leaves to the top corner of the frame. That you could find with Christ. If you're one with Christ. I love the way this turned out, but I decided I needed to sand around the words just a little bit as well. I would certainly do this before I attached it if I had it to do over. My mama would say, you gotta fight for what is right. To her I would say, I wanna give back the world some light. But it's an empty... Project 4 is a Rosette Pumpkin. Got this little rosette at a thrift store, and I'm going to give it 1 coat of Waverly White. When the weight of the world keeps you up at night. Now I'm using a mixture of different orange paints and just going in a circular motion around the rosette or the circle and the rest of the pumpkin until I get it like I want it. I did go back over it some with some Waverly White as well. Now I'm going to add a couple of leaves, a burlap one and a leather one. For the stem, I used a piece of rope and I covered it with Mod Podge and then shaped it into the shape of a stem. Once it was dry, I glued it to the top of the pumpkin. You can't give your all unless you let God inside your heart. When the road gets rough, just look up above. You will find God in the stars. When the weight of the world keeps you up at night, when you're running with no end in sight, thought you would never find the light you lost inside, that you could find with Christ. Been running in the dark, just trying to heal your scars. Tried everything but turned to... Last project today is a wood gift tag for a wine bottle. These were some slats from a bed that I once had, and I painted it with a coat of Waverly White and drilled a hole in the top. I used my silhouette to cut out the words and place that onto the tag. I made a hanger for it with some of the twine from Dollar Tree as well as wood beads.
that you could find with Christ. If you're one with Christ. My mama would say, you gotta fight for what is right. To her I would say, I wanna give back the world some light.
Be sure to take a look at the hosts' channels today as well as the playlist. All of that will be linked in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye now.